All right, so now that I have this run method all set up, what I need to do is make sure that the start and the stop buttons actually work. So if the event source equals the start button, so the first thing I need to do is set running to true. And to make sure that I don't have synchronization issues, where if I hit the running button, start button multiple times, it would start multiple threads, which might overwrite each other, and that would be bad. I'm going to check to make sure that running is false before I allow them to do this. Create a new thread, which I'm going to pass this into, and then start it. Which, I don't know if you remember this, but start, this method here, is built into thread, and basically what it does is it sets up a new thread and then actually calls the run method down here. I should probably also set up stopping this whole thing, because if the source is stop, I actually want it to stop. And all I need to do for that is set run equal to false, or flas, that's fine too. There we go. And that will allow the loop to finish and then run off the end and stop running. There we go. Okay, there's a couple more things I need to add into this. So the first thing is I'm going to need to check to see if I've gone off the end of my road. So I'm going to have a road width constant I'm going to make. I think I'm going to set it at 800. And basically if a vehicle's X position goes beyond this, I'm going to have it wrap back around to 0. I could set it back to negative 100 or something, I suppose. That might make it look smoother. So if the X position is greater than road width, set the X to be road width. Road width? No. Set it back to 0. There we go. And to make this look a little faster, let's set this down to like 100. All right, so it is wrapping around correctly. The next thing I'd like to do is to actually add in vehicles. That's all this semi, SUV, and sports car stuff on the side. Now, I need to figure out how to deal with collision detection now, which is kind of a nasty little problem. It has to do with the X position of cars. So the basic idea is this. So my X position is my left side of my car. And my X plus my width is the right side of my car, if you think about this as the X-axis. So the way that I can tell if I'm hitting another car is if my X is to the left of the other car's X plus width, and my right is to the right of their X position. So if I'm to the left of their right, and my right is to the right of their left, as strange as that sounds, that means that I'm inside of them. And that's bad. So that's how you tell collisions. The same is true over here. Now, if my right is not to the right of their left, then that means they're off to the side, and vice versa for these two. So then it wouldn't be a collision. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a method which deals with collisions. So the way that a collision is going to work is I'm going to hand the road a car and say, hey, are you going to collide with something else? Actually, probably a better way to do it is to hand it an X position and a width and ask it, hey, if I go to this position, am I going to hit anybody? Public Boolean collision. So I'm going to hand it an X position, hand it a, I'm going to need a Y position as well, actually, because I need to know which lane I'm in. I need to hand it a width. And I actually probably need to hand it a particular vehicle, because otherwise I'm going to hit my own self when I walk through the whole thing, and I'll always have a collision with myself, and that would be bad. So all of those things are what I'm going to need. So I'm going to do a for loop through all of my vehicles, and I'm going to go up to cars.size. And just to make the red go away, I'm going to return false for now. I'm going to grab a particular vehicle. Let's see, I have V already, so how about you? Or maybe, yeah, you. And that's going to be cars.getA. So if my X position, well, I guess I should check to see if I'm in the same lane. If I'm not in the same lane, there's no way I'm going to hit it. So if my Y position is equal to u.getY, which I don't have yet, then I'm going to need to do more checks. I should probably put this in real quick. Public int get Y, return Y. Done. If I'm not in the same lane, I know that I haven't collided yet. While we're here, let's just set a Boolean collide equal to false. And then I'll just return collide. The idea being that I'm going to walk through all my cars. If I ever collide with a particular one, I'm done and I know I've had a collision. But if I walk through all of my cars and I haven't hit anything, I need to return false by default. Okay, so if I'm in the same lane, then I need to do the check with the, I need to check to make sure I'm not myself, for one thing. So if u.equals v, so if I'm not checking myself, because I am going to show up in this list if I'm a particular vehicle, and then I need to do the check for if my X position is to the left of the other car's right side. By the way, I could put this all into one giant if statement and use ands to splice them all together. I'm just doing this because I think it makes it a little clearer what's going on. It makes it more expansive, but so it goes. So if v.get X is to the left of u.get X plus u.get width, I think I will put these two together. .get X plus v.get width. I can spell width. Oh, I don't have a width yet, do I? That's going to be necessary. Public int get width. Return width. Done. If that is to the right, so greater than, of u.getX. So just a quick reminder, so if my X is to the left of his X plus width, if my left, which is my X, is to the left, is less than his X plus width, and my right, my X plus width, is to the right, greater than, of his X, that's when things go badly. Now that I think about it, I could just return these things directly, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Let's return true. and return false. So this is, so my left side, left of his right. My right side is right of his left side, I guess I should say. Then I know that I've hit him.